In the silent void of space, a flicker of distorted radio waves traveled across the light years, threading through the constellations to reach a tiny blue planet orbiting an unremarkable star. Earth, with all its bustling cities and tranquil landscapes, remained oblivious to the cosmic secrets weaving through its atmosphere until the signals were intercepted by the sprawling satellite arrays of the International Space Observatory, ISO. Dr. Evelyn Shaw, head of the ISO's communications department, was the first human to hear the message. The static-filled voice was unmistakably alien, each syllable punctuated with a musical quality that no terrestrial dialect could mimic. It took weeks of decryption and linguistic analysis, but eventually the message was clear. To the inhabitants of Earth, this is Empress Valera of the Ilarian Empire. Be advised, humans have a reputation across the cosmos. Your species is noted for its refusal to back down from conflict. We have watched from afar, seen your wars, your resilience. We do not seek war, but we are prepared. If you wish for peace, demonstrate you are capable of such. The revelation shook the world. Governments scrambled to respond, the media exploded with headlines, and the public was divided between fear and fascination. Dr. Shaw, however, saw an opportunity. She pushed for a project that could send a response back to the stars, hoping to forge a path of peace and understanding. Months passed as the ISO worked tirelessly on the Harmony transmission, a broadcast of greetings in hundreds of languages, along with music, art, and scientific knowledge, all encapsulated in a digital time capsule aimed at the Ilarian Empire. Finally, the day came to send their reply. The massive transmission dishes of the ISO's main facility in Arizona hummed to life, directing the encoded message into the cosmos. Dr. Shaw watched alongside her team, a mix of hope and anxiety in her eyes. The response would take years to reach its destination, and there was no guarantee of a peaceful reply, or any reply at all. But Earth did not have to wait long for an answer. Within weeks, another transmission was received, far quicker than any human technology could have anticipated. The message was broadcast on every radio, television, and internet device simultaneously, a show of technological might that could not be ignored. Earthlings, this is Empress Valera again. Your response has been received. Your culture is rich, your knowledge vast. However, let there be no misunderstanding. We do not fear conflict. Should your actions threaten the Ilarian Empire, we will act. Choose your next steps wisely. The global reaction was a mix of awe and terror. On one hand, the swift reply meant the Ilarians were technologically advanced enough to receive and respond to messages faster than previously thought possible. On the other, the Empress's words were a clear warning. Earth was under scrutiny. Dr. Shaw knew the significance of this moment. The Harmony Project had opened a channel of communication, but it was also a test. Humanity needed to prove not just its desire for peace, but its ability to uphold it. As world leaders debated the next course of action, Dr. Shaw began to assemble a team for what she called the Diplomacy Initiative. This group, comprised of diplomats, scientists, and cultural experts, was tasked with preparing Earth for potential contact or conflict with the Ilarians. The stakes were high, and the eyes of the world, and possibly others, were watching. The journey into this uncertain future had just begun. As Earth grappled with the implications of Empress Valera's stark warning, Dr. Evelyn Shaw and her newly formed Diplomacy Initiative team convened in a secure ISO facility. They faced the daunting task of deciphering Ilarian culture and preparing for a diplomatic engagement with a species whose technology and intentions were largely unknown. In the meantime, at the United Nations, debates raged over how to approach the Ilarian Empire. Some member states advocated for a defensive posture, citing the Empress's message as a veiled threat. Others argued for extending an olive branch, emphasizing the need for a diplomatic solution to avoid potential conflict with a technologically superior civilization. Amidst political tensions, an unexpected breakthrough occurred in the ISO's astrophysics department. Dr. Amina Patel, a brilliant astrophysicist, detected subtle anomalies in the Ilarians' transmissions, patterns that suggested their technology was based on principles of quantum entanglement, allowing for instantaneous communication across vast distances. This discovery offered a new perspective on the Ilarians' swift responses and their seemingly omnipresent surveillance capabilities. Armed with this new knowledge, Dr. Shaw's team worked tirelessly to adapt Earth's communication protocols. If they could harness even a fraction of the Ilarians' quantum communicative abilities, they might be able to engage more directly and perhaps more peacefully. In parallel, cultural experts and xenolinguists on the team delved into the linguistic nuances of the Ilarian messages. Each phrase, each inflection carried layers of meaning. The team learned that the Ilarian language reflected their hierarchical and meritocratic society, where power was gained through achievements and displayed through art and oration. This insight shaped the team's approach to crafting their next message to the Empire, focusing on Earth's achievements in science, art, and diplomacy. While the ISO prepared its next communication, news of a rogue group of Earth nationalists reached Dr. Shaw. This group, calling themselves the Terran Defense Corps, broadcasted a rogue message to the Ilarians, challenging their superiority and threatening retaliation if Earth were ever attacked. The message, filled with bravado and defiance, was exactly what Dr. Shaw had hoped to avoid. The repercussions were immediate. The ISO's sensors detected an increase in quantum fluctuations from the direction of the Ilarian Empire, a sign that another message was on its way. The global community held its breath, waiting for the Empress's response to this unsanctioned provocation. When the reply came, it was not only broadcast globally but also appeared on digital billboards and public screens, a display of the Ilarians' technological prowess and their ability to infiltrate Earth's networks. Empress Valera's tone was colder, her message succinct. To the aggressors of Earth, know that your hostile intentions have been noted. To those who seek peace, show us your commitment. We will be watching. The distinction made by the Empress between Earth's factions was a slight relief, but it highlighted the precarious position Earth now occupied. It was clear that any misstep could tip the delicate balance toward hostility. Dr. Shaw realized the gravity of the situation. The diplomacy initiative had to act swiftly to counter the damage done by the Terran Defense Corps. It was time to showcase Earth's true intent, through a grand gesture of peace that would need to be as bold as it was sincere. Under the weight of potential cosmic conflict, Earth's leaders convened in an emergency session of the United Nations. Dr. Shaw presented the findings of the Diplomacy Initiative team, emphasizing the need for a unified Earth response. The global strategy would involve a display of Earth's cultural diversity and technological advances as symbols of peace. The plan, ambitiously named the Global Harmony Fair, aimed to showcase human achievements in a live broadcast intended for the Ilarian Empire. Meanwhile, technological efforts spearheaded by Dr. Patel focused on establishing a secure and advanced communication link using the principles of quantum entanglement. The objective was to create a direct line to the Ilarian Empire, enabling real-time dialogue without the delays and risks of intercepted transmissions. Her team labored around the clock, piecing together a prototype device that mimicked the quantum patterns detected in the alien communications. As preparations for the Global Harmony Fair progressed, tensions on Earth simmered. The Terran Defense Corps continued its rhetoric, gaining a following among those who feared subjugation by an alien power. This faction posed a significant challenge, threatening to undermine the message of unity and peace the fair aimed to project. Dr. Shaw, determined to keep the project on track, coordinated with cultural leaders, scientists, and artists to create a program that would not only impress an alien audience, but also unite Earth's populace. The fair featured exhibitions ranging from holographic displays of Earth's natural wonders and achievements in space exploration to live performances of music and dance from various cultures. The day of the fair arrived, and the eyes of the world, and possibly those of the Ilarian Empire, were on Geneva, where the event was held. The newly developed quantum communicator hummed to life, establishing a clear channel. Dr. Shaw initiated the broadcast, her voice steady as she addressed the unseen watchers from the stars. Empress Valera and the people of the Ilarian Empire, we present to you the best of Earth. With this gesture, we seek to demonstrate our commitment to peace and our respect for your culture. We hope this fair will be seen as a testament to our desire for a harmonious existence. As Earth displayed its cultural and scientific marvels, The response from the Illyrian Empire was anxiously awaited. Hours turned into days, and the silence from space became a source of global anxiety. Speculations ran rampant, and the support for the Terran Defense Corps grew stronger in the absence of an immediate reply. Just as doubts reached their peak, a new message from Empress Valera arrived, this time directly through the quantum communicator. The communication was not just a message, but a visual representation of the Empress herself, rendered in stunning detail through the quantum link. Dr. Shaw and the people of Earth, we have observed your global harmony fair with great interest. Your cultural richness and technological advances are indeed impressive. We see now that Earth holds potential not just for conflict, but for substantial contributions to the cosmos. The Empress proposed a next step, a gesture of goodwill from the Illyrian Empire. She offered to send a delegation to Earth, a historic first contact that would pave the way for diplomatic relations. This development was a diplomatic victory for Earth and a personal triumph for Dr. Shaw and her team. However, the road ahead remained fraught with challenges. The impending arrival of the Illyrian delegation stirred a mixture of anticipation and fear. Preparations for this historic encounter would require careful planning and an even greater degree of cooperation among Earth's nations, knowing well that the eyes of a far more advanced civilization. As the news of the Illyrian Empire's impending visit spread across Earth, the response was mixed. Enthusiasm and fear pulsed through the global community in equal measure. Dr. Shaw worked closely with international leaders to coordinate the logistics and security measures required for the delegation's arrival. The event was not only a diplomatic milestone, but also a potential turning point in Earth's history. The ISO's main facility in Arizona was chosen as the landing site. It was remote enough to ensure privacy and security, yet equipped with the advanced technology necessary to facilitate communication and interaction between humans and Illyrians. The area was transformed into a diplomatic zone, with interpreters, cultural liaisons, and scientific advisors on standby. Meanwhile, Dr. Patel's team enhanced the quantum communicator to ensure flawless communication during the visit. They installed translation algorithms designed to handle real-time linguistic conversion, enabling smoother interaction between the two species. The Terran Defense Corps, however, escalated their activities, viewing the visit as an invasion rather than a diplomatic mission. They staged protests and broadcasted incendiary messages, claiming that the government was betraying human sovereignty. Dr. Shaw and her team had to tread carefully, balancing transparency with the need to prevent any actions that might provoke hostility from either the Illyrians or human dissenters. On the day of the arrival, the world held its breath. Live feeds broadcasted the event globally, as a sleek silver Illyrian spacecraft descended silently towards the ISO facility. The ship, a marvel of engineering, reflected the sun in blinding flashes as it settled gently on the designated landing pad. Empress Valera emerged first, her presence commanding and serene. She was taller than the average human, with shimmering skin that seemed to subtly change color with her surroundings. Her entourage, similarly imposing, followed closely behind, each member displaying the same ethereal quality. Dr. Shaw stepped forward to greet them, her voice calm yet projecting strength. Empress Valera, on behalf of Earth, I welcome you. We hope that this visit marks the beginning of a fruitful relationship between our peoples. Valera responded in her flowing, melodic language, which was instantly translated into English. Dr. Shaw, we come in peace and with curiosity. Your world has much to offer, and we are eager to learn and share. The initial meetings were filled with exchanges of pleasantries and gifts. Earth presented artifacts of cultural significance and scientific texts, while the Illyrians shared samples of their technology, including a device that could harness solar energy more efficiently than any existing human technology. As the visit continued, deeper discussions took place regarding potential areas of collaboration, including environmental technology, space exploration, and even art and education. Each session was meticulously documented and broadcast, ensuring that the world saw the cooperative spirit of the meetings. However, the success of the diplomatic interactions did not deter the Terran Defense Corps. They planned a large-scale demonstration for the final day of the visit, hoping to disrupt the proceedings and send a clear message to both the Alarian delegation and Earth's leaders. Aware of the potential disruption, security was tightened around the ISO facility. Despite these precautions, the demonstrators managed to breach the outer perimeters, their chants and shouts creating a backdrop of tension for the closing ceremony. Empress Valera, informed of the potential threat, chose to address the issue directly. In a bold move, she requested to speak to the demonstrators. Following the departure of the Alarian delegation, Earth's leaders convened to assess the outcomes of the historic visit and plan the next steps. Dr. Shaw, now regarded as one of the principal architects of Earth's response to the Alarian overture, spearheaded the discussions. She emphasized the importance of leveraging the positive momentum created by Empress Valera's speech to the demonstrators. The ISO established a permanent committee dedicated to Alarian relations, tasked with overseeing the integration of Alarian technology into human society and preparing for reciprocal visits to the Alarian Empire. Dr. Patel, with her deep understanding of quantum communication, was appointed as the chief liaison for technological exchanges. Meanwhile, the Terran Defense Corps struggled to maintain its influence. The public's perception had shifted. Many who had previously supported the Corps began to view cooperation with the Alarians as a more beneficial approach to ensuring Earth's future security and prosperity. Yet a core group remained, driven by deep-seated distrust and fear, vowing to keep a vigilant watch over any alien interactions. In the laboratories and research facilities, human scientists and engineers worked alongside Alarian emissaries to understand and adapt the advanced solar technology. This collaboration resulted in the development of the quantum solar matrix, a revolutionary power generation system that promised to reduce Earth's carbon emissions by half within a decade. The cultural exchange was equally fruitful. Educational programs were established to teach human children about Alarian culture, language, and technology, while virtual reality experiences allowed humans to explore virtual renditions of Alarian environments and cities. In return, Earth's rich array of cultures, languages, and natural wonders were transmitted to the Alarian Empire, where they were reportedly received with great enthusiasm. Security measures remained a priority. Dr. Shaw and her team developed protocols to ensure that any technology shared with the Alarians was not exploitable for military purposes. This dual-use technology policy became a cornerstone of Earth's diplomatic strategy, maintaining a delicate balance between openness and prudence. The success of these initiatives, however, did not deter all potential threats. An incident occurred when a rogue faction within the Terran Defense Corps attempted to sabotage the quantum solar matrix facility. Their plan was thwarted by a combination of sophisticated surveillance technologies, which had been enhanced with Alarian algorithms, and quick response by international security forces. This breach prompted an international debate about the extent of surveillance and security measures necessary to protect the collaborative projects. Dr. Shaw advocated for a balanced approach that respected individual freedoms while protecting the critical infrastructure. Her stance, supported by empirical evidence from the security incident, swayed many governments to adopt a more measured approach to security, one that emphasized transparency and accountability. Empress Valera, monitoring Earth's internal developments from afar, sent a new message expressing her approval of the measures Earth had implemented to secure the joint ventures. Her message reinforced the mutual benefits of the alliance and reiterated the Alarian Empire's commitment to peaceful coexistence. Encouraged by these developments, the United Nations proposed the establishment of an interstellar cultural heritage site on Earth, a place where both human and Alarian contributions to science, art, and technology could be celebrated. The proposal received widespread support and marked a significant step toward fostering a unified identity that included both human and Alarian perspectives. As Earth navigated this new era of interstellar cooperation, the challenges were significant, but the potential for a prosperous and peaceful future provided a compelling impetus to continue striving for unity and understanding. The work was hard, and the path was fraught with complexities, but the promise of a shared future in the cosmos was a vision that drove humanity forward, eager to prove itself a worthy member of the galactic community. The era of cooperation between Earth and the Alarian Empire brought profound changes to global dynamics. The establishment of the Interstellar Cultural Heritage Site became a symbol of unity and a beacon of shared knowledge. Situated in Geneva, this sprawling complex housed artifacts, technologies, and interactive exhibits from both worlds. It drew visitors from across Earth and even a few Alarian dignitaries, making it a landmark not just of diplomacy, but of human curiosity and alien interest. As the site's influence grew, so did the interest in expanding human presence into space. The collaboration with the Alarians had provided Earth with advanced propulsion technologies, paving the way for the next generation of space exploration. Dr. Shaw, along with a diverse team of international scientists and engineers, began planning the first manned mission to the Alarian home planet, a venture that promised to deepen the ties between the two civilizations. This ambitious project was not without its detractors. The remnants of the Terran Defense Corps, rebranded as the Earth Purity Alliance, continued to protest against what they saw as the erosion of pure human sovereignty. They staged demonstrations at the launch sites and propagated conspiracy theories online. However, the general populace's enthusiasm for the space mission, fueled by the tangible benefits of Alarian technology, such as the quantum solar matrix, overshadowed their dissent. Amidst preparations for the historic space mission, an unexpected development occurred. A small Alarian craft made an unscheduled landing near the ISO facility. It carried a single passenger, a renowned Alarian scientist named Ziril, who had been instrumental in developing the quantum communication technology. Ziril brought news that challenged the current peace. A faction within the Alarian Empire, opposed to Empress Valera's open policies towards Earth, was gaining power and threatening to overturn the alliance. Ziril's arrival prompted an emergency meeting of Earth's leaders, with Dr. Shaw and her team at the forefront. They needed to address not only the internal threats from the Earth Purity Alliance, but now also the potential of a factional shift in the Alarian government that could end the peaceful relations. The meetings were intense, with debates on how to strengthen Earth's defenses without appearing aggressive, and how to support Empress Valera's administration without interfering in Alarian politics. It was decided that Earth would continue with the planned space mission as a demonstration of good faith and commitment to the Alliance, but would also accelerate the development of defensive technologies as a precaution. As the launch day approached, global attention turned to the spaceport. The crew, consisting of astronauts from various countries, embodied the spirit of international cooperation. Dr. Shaw addressed the world before the launch, her speech broadcast live. Today, as we stand on the brink of a new frontier, we are reminded of the fragility of peace and the strength of unity. This mission symbolizes our hope for a future where Earth and the Alarian Empire not only coexist, but thrive together. We venture into the stars not just for ourselves, but for the promise of a united cosmos. The spacecraft lifted off amid cheers and applause, its trajectory set for the Alarian home planet. Meanwhile, back on Earth, efforts to consolidate the Alliance took on new urgency. The ISO, along with various cultural and scientific organizations, launched initiatives aimed at fostering deeper understanding and cooperation among the people of Earth, preparing them for a future where they were not alone in the universe. As Earth navigated these complex waters, the promise of the cosmos loomed large, a testament to the enduring human spirit that thrived on exploration and connection. The challenges ahead were many, but the path forward was clear, marked by the light of stars and the potential of peace.